Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. This is just a second recording for me. This is what's going to be the case, and then these are all recorded. Your last name?
Alonzo.
First name?
Jose.
Middle?
Paul.
Birthday?
12/7/89.
Today's the 30th. Today's the 1st. October 10th. Time is 2:02. Can you read and write?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read these off to you. Follow me. You have the right to remain silent. And I've advised you of your rights once before, verbally. You stated you understood and were willing to cooperate. I'm going to do it again. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before questioning, having present during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost to you before questioning. Do you understand each of these rights?
Okay.
Put your initials next to each one of those that I've read to you, if you understood them, and your initials there in your answer.
Is that what you said right now?
You said yes, so that was your answer. You understood those and were going to read them. And then your signature here. Knowing my rights and knowing what I am doing, I now wish to voluntarily talk to you. Your signature here. Okay. So, what brings us here today is we executed a search warrant at your house. There was a marijuana grow in the garage. I believe there was some cocaine in the kitchen. Your bedroom, is that downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the big living area just at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, there was some cocaine down there in one of the drawers, the dresser drawer. Looked like female's clothing. There was a bag of cocaine. And there was, in another drawer, there was a baggie of pills. There was some bullets, some shotgun shells. There was a safe with a bunch of money. Oh, the money was all folded up, each individually packages with rubber bands, a stack of money. There was a magazine for a gun, pretty long one, like high capacity. Who's the owner of all that?
That's mine.
That's all your stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Who is Jessica?
Jessica's my wife.
Okay. Does any of that belong to her? Any of the drugs, the weapons, the money, the jewelry? There was a bunch of jewelry. I don't know if it's costume jewelry.
Yes,
in
the
safe.
jewelries are both of ours.
It's both yours? Okay. That's in as evidence right now.
The jewelry is?
Yeah. Yeah, that's in as evidence right now. The drugs, what are the drugs? The powder, looks like a white powder.
Just coke.
Cocaine. What are the pills?
So I don't even know what the pills are, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, and we'll get those tested. So, what do you think they are? Because they were packaged in little bags. baggies or something.
Yeah, from what I heard, I thought they were Percocets or some shit like
Okay.
that.
And you're selling
Not
those?
really. No, I wasn't selling those. I was holding them.
Okay. What's the scale for?
For the weed,
Okay.
marijuana.
All right. All right. Do you sell the cocaine?
No, I used to back in the day, a few years back, but no, I don't sell cocaine right now.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the drugs are yours. They don't belong to your wife,
No.
Jessica. Okay. And you're taking full blame for all that?
Yes.
Nobody's made any threats or promises to you?
No.
Okay. The statement is voluntarily on your own free will?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about some other things. Some other things that brought us to your house. Do you know who Jason Lovato is?
Yes.
Who is he to you?
Kind of like my little brother almost.
Okay. How about Jerica?
Jerica's my wife's niece.
Okay. How is Jason like a little brother to you?
I knew him ever since he was a little kid.
Did you guys grow up together? Or?
Nah, he kind of like his mother is his mother's sister is had kids from one of my cousins, so he was kind of like in them around ever since he was a little kid.
Okay, is this Jason?
Yes.
Okay. Now just show this. That was a picture. That's our Denver police photos. And who is that?
That's Jerica.
Who is she? What's her relationship to Jason?
They're going out together, a boyfriend and girlfriend.
I think those cameras could probably get this. Do you know Jacob Garcia?
I know of him.
If I showed you a photo of him, would you be able to pick him out?
Yeah, probably.
Is that
That looks like him.
okay? So the information I have, and who is this here?
That's Tapia.
Okay. So the
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I didn't know why he was involved in any of that.
Well, so the information I have brought me to your house, other than drug dealing, is that Jacob and Jacob Garcia and Jason Lovato are involved with some marijuana dispensary burglaries. Not just one, not just two, but several. Also, they're involved with some shootings. What can you tell me about that?
As far as the shootings, I don't know about that, but as far as the dispensaries, I mean, where do you want to start?
If I was to show you some pictures, could you pick them out? Who is in the pictures, do you think? Tell me what you know. How do you know about them being involved in any marijuana dispensary burglaries? How do they do it?
Well, I just heard little conversations of them talking a couple times.
So the conversations you had was with them, Jacob and Jason?
Yeah, well, it was between them two, wasn't it?
You were sitting there though while they were talking to each other? Okay.
And from what I know, Jason would, cause they're pretty much all a bunch of little kids, bro.
Right, they're young guys.
And Jason's the only one that knows how to steal cars.
Okay.
So
that's the information I got.
So Jason would steal the cars for them to go out and do whatever they did. You know what I mean? Whether it would be, you know what I mean, from what you're saying, in dispensaries or whatever other little shit that they be getting themselves involved into. Jason would go steal the cars for him, and then they'll do whatever they do, and then whatever they come back with, they would give Jason a piece of the bread or a piece of the cut or whatever the fuck it was that they got.
So Jason would steal the cars,
and then whoever else, because I know they had like a few different little kids. It pretty much be like, to them, it was like a little party or something. Like, they'll go and party with a couple of their little friends and shit, and then they'll end up they'll hit Jason up and be like, hey bro, come steal us a car. And so Jason would steal him a car, give it to him, they go out and do whatever the fuck they did, come back and pretty much break it up with Jason, since Jason was the one that provided them the ride.
So when you say break it up, you mean once they...
Whatever they came up off of.
Okay. So
whether it was money, weed, whatever it was.
What did they do with the packaging from the dispensaries?
What do you mean?
From the product that they would steal from the dispensaries, from breaking in?
Salad. Pretty much just salad. I mean, that's what they stole it for. To try to get money.
So why would some of it be in your house? And you identified the northeast bedroom upstairs as Jason, or
if it's the upstairs bedroom.
Northeast bedroom. Whose bedroom is that?
That was Jerica's and Jason when he would stay there.
Jason, okay. So why would there be packaging from dispensaries in there?
Probably from whatever they gave him.
So probably from the burglaries?
Yeah, whatever they stole.
And we can't go off probablys. I mean, I need to know exactly what you know. I don't want to do probablys or maybe or hearsay.
Well, I don't know exactly what you have from which dispensaries. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said probably from whatever dispensary or whatever shit that they got into that night, whatever they stole.
Which dispensaries do you know of?
I don't know specific ones, to be honest. I know that they hit small ones because they said that they don't have no security and shit.
Like security guards, alarms?
They weren't really, they didn't give a fuck about the alarms.
Oh, they didn't?
No, because it take too long for you guys to get there. By the time they're already gone.
Right. How would they get in?
Shit, I heard a couple different ways on tying shit to the car, yanking off the doors, sometimes ramming the car into the doors. Like, a few different ways. Sometimes they just find a way in. Like I said, I wasn't there personally, so I'm going off of what they saying and shit. But
any tools? Would they use any tools or anything?
Maybe like crowbar and stuff. I know they always used to ask me and shit. Oh, hey bro, do you got a crowbar or do you have a? I bet that was probably for the cars though too. The screwdrivers. They were always looking in my garage and shit for little screwdrivers and shit.
Okay. What was the most recent one that you knew of that they did?
Shit was probably a couple months ago. Really. So what had happened is Jason got hemmed up already for something else. I guess they were watching him. He was selling. He tried to sell to undercover. Some shit like that. Some shit happened. And the police came knocking at my door. They were saying that they've been watching him or some shit. They asked if they come in, search his room, whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead, search that shit, whatever. But I guess they already had him in custody. They came in, searched their shit. I don't know, they found a little bit of babies too, like just some dumb shit. And then he ended up making bond. And once he got bonded out of jail, from what I know, that was kind of like it. He was like, hey bro, shit's too hot. I ain't fucking around no more, blah, blah, blah. He was like, these little kids out here are fucking retarded. Like, they're doing dumb shit. He was always complaining because they like, them other little kids, they didn't get enough. You know what I mean? It was kind of like they just wanted to keep doing it just to do it. And
how many do you think they did? A rough number. 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 60.
From what I know, like, for real, probably like 2 or 3, that's what I know because I remember them coming with fucking weed and shit and being like, "Hey, here, this is what we got." So I know I could count for it at least 3 times. But like I said, they were always calling him to steal cars for him. So
Did they give you any of the product?
shit like little lighters and shit like that, like nothing crazy.
What kind of lighters?
Um, I couldn't.
Because
Even
we found a bunch of lighters at your house.
Yeah,
There was like a little lighter case, a Camel or something. It was yellow and down in your bedroom,
Yep.
the washroom,
Mm-hmm.
and had a bunch of lighters. Then we found a bunch of lighters in his room.
Yeah, that was probably it. Cause I remember I'm always looking for lighters. My pilot light downstairs is always going out. Not only that, but I smoke weed as well.
Okay.
So I'm always looking for lighters. So I remember one day he came out to me in the morning and was like, "Hey, bro, here's a bunch of lighters." So I was like, "Hell yeah, shit."
And he told you he got them from a dispensary, bro?
He didn't tell me, but I mean, who comes up with a bunch of fucking lighters? You know what I mean? I'm assuming that yeah, it probably was. I mean, I had a bunch of them. He had a bunch of them. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple of his other friends had a bunch of them.
Right. How many have they specifically told you that they broke it into, though? Because if they're at your house talking about it, they're bragging about
at
it.
the same time, I mean, they were constantly at my house. Like Jason stayed at my house, but at the same time, he's kind of like he's had a rough little childhood and shit. So he's kind of like an in the streets type kid. You know what I mean? So he's always bouncing around from house to house. You know what I mean? He got baby mama drama. He got fucking mom and dad issues. You know what I mean? Going on at home. So he was kind of always bouncing around. Plus, you know what I mean? My house wasn't the only my house wasn't the only spot that he stood at. You know what I mean? So sometimes they would go to one of their other spots or something and do whatever they did. You know what I mean? Break up all the shit. I could account for at least 3 of them just because I got some weed from them a couple times off of it, and so that's why I know for sure probably like 3 of them.
Do you remember the names of the 3 from the packaging or anything? Or that they
shit,
told you?
all that dispensary shit kind of looks the same, to be honest with you, bro. Like the packaging, like all them dispensaries kind of copy each other and shit. So I wouldn't know exactly which ones. I know they hit small ass ones. They can't be very big because the bigger ones got security guards there and shit like that. So I know they were hitting little ones. It couldn't be bigger than fucking like a storefront or something, like nothing crazy.
Do you know which area? Do you know?
I know they always hit them in Denver. Shit, mainly the areas that they be in. Shit. Denver,
and I'm not trying to make
Lakewood.
you just give up a name, but can you think of one specifically that they hit, or 2, or more? Because they've had to have since they were talking in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I just don't know exactly like what the name would have been on them though. That's the only thing. Like I know they hit them. I just don't know. Like they didn't come and be like, "Hey, I hit this one." You know what I mean? Or to telling me exactly names of them.
Like if you were rolling around or anything, they didn't point at any of them out and say, "Oh, we got that."
Nah, it must not have been around my house or nothing like that because They
so do you buy marijuana? I know you had a dispensary, or not a dispensary, but you had a grow going on at your house. Do you buy marijuana from a dispensary?
Sometimes. I mean, when you want to smoke right away and my shit's not done curing. That's what they call it. It's called curing. But that's when I had them in them little jars. It's so that it gets a better smell out and it allows it to dry up but not get too dry to where it's pretty much like I don't know. We could go into that all day, bro.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, I bought weed from dispensaries a few times. I mean, I bought weed from them before. That's kind of how I know about the 3 times because I bought weed from them before.
Where would they keep the weed? Like they'd have a bunch of it in containers or what?
No, they got that shit in a bag.
Oh, just like a plastic
Yeah,
bag,
plastic bag.
or in the packaging?
No, it'll be just like a plastic. That's why I said like there wasn't nothing to indicate like it was there. It was that store or it was that store.
So like when you say a bag, like a trash bag?
Yeah, like a trash bag.
Like the big black trash bags?
So
or
sometimes are like a Walmart bag or something like that. Whatever they
find?
Yeah, probably whatever they could.
How about containers? Did they ever have containers?
Not containers. I know they used to have like some of them little electric ones, little electric
those
lighters.
vapes?
Yeah, the vape pens. They have those. Those were in packagings, but like I said, they don't necessarily have the labels on them all the time. They just have like what's in it or blah 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 or what kind of.
Right. Do you vape?
Yeah, occasionally.
So
I kind of like smoking flowers more though.
okay. Because there was a couple vapes, and I didn't even know what they were. I don't vape, so
Yeah,
they're a big bulky thing. I thought it was a camera, but it looked. Somebody said it was a vape or something.
maybe I was in Jerry Cunninham's room.
They had some. I think there was.
Cause I don't vape off of those big things. Those big things, those are like
Those are ones that smoke really big.
yeah, it's kind of like a hookah.
Oh.
They're not really for marijuana.
Okay.
It's like for hookah or some shit. But yeah, like I said, I only really know about those three really just because I bought a pound each time off of Jacob when they came in, because normally Baby J he'll sell whatever he gets. The other guys they're kind of.
When you say Baby J, is that who's Baby J?
Yeah, that's Jason.
Jason Lovato. They call him Baby J.
Baby J.
What do they call him, Baby J?
His name's Jason. Baby J.
Gotcha. Just looks young.
Yeah. So I'd say the only reason why I know about those ones is just because I bought whatever. I don't know if it was all what they had because I think they split it up with some other people. But whatever that guy Jay had, I bought whatever he had on him because he was like, "Hey, bro, I don't have no one to sell this to." I was like, "Well, shit, I'll smoke it, bro." So shit, I was like, "I'll buy it off you." I was getting it for dirt cheap. He stole the shit, so
Right. What's the most you ever bought off them guys?
probably like a pound, maybe a pound and a half.
How much you pay them for that?
Like 800, 700 bucks, some shit like that.
So how much does a pound really go for? If it was, you were to
Depends
buy
on who you selling it to. Shit, dispensary sell that shit for. I mean, you can get a. It just depends on the type of it too. Like
the type you were buying, how much you think you could have sold it for?
shit, I could have sold that shit for probably like 2 bands, 2,000.
Really?
At least.
Wow. And they were giving it to you for 800, huh? But they're young, they're desperate, trying to unload it right away.
Yeah, that's why Baby J was kind of getting mad at him because he was like, "Bro, you're supposed to do this. It's called a come up. You do this to come up, and then you use that money to pretty much get you on your feet and do other things." And it seemed like them niggas just like
They
that.
couldn't come up, they like that excitement, they like the
Some
thrill.
shit. Yeah,
Did you ever hear about them shooting at anybody at any other dispensaries?
Not from Baby J. He never told me that they got into no shit like that. But at the same time too, I don't think Baby J really went with them a lot of times. I think he just stole the cars for him. Here, do y'all thing. You know what I mean? Because I know he got mad a couple times because he said, "Oh, I sold these fools cars," and they said that they didn't come up off of nothing or something like that. So I don't know, maybe they got scared off or they did do something.
Or they just didn't want to give him a cut?
Didn't want to cut him in. Because I know he was kind of mad a couple times. He was like, "Bro," and then like I said, once all that shit happened, when he got his little case, he was like, "Bro, I'm done doing that shit." He was like, them fools are retarded. They're hot boys.
How does he know all them guys?
It's kind of crazy because Baby J, he's one of them people that like he goes to a lot of house parties and shit like that, and so he'll bump into and meet people that like you wouldn't even think he would know. You know what I mean? Them people and shit. And,
right.
Like, cause a lot of them kids are from other sides of town.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they ain't even from where we're from on the side of town that we are. So.
Which is kind of dangerous at times, depending on the house party.
Well, that's why a lot of times he was getting mad. He was like, "Them fools ain't pretty much like they ain't us." You know what I mean? He was like, "Fuck them fools. I ain't trying to fuck with them no more." He was like, "I keep on doing them favors, and they just keep fucking me."
So was there a tiff going on between them that?
I mean, they kids. They get in their little arguments and shit like that.
Did one of them get accused of taking money or something? So they're kind of in a.
I think I overheard something like that. they said Baby J got mad because he was probably getting fucked, and so he got mad. I think one day and was like, "Fuck that! All y'all empty your pockets and blah blah blah." And he was mad because supposedly they had a certain amount of money or something they were supposed to split up, and one of them took it and tried to pretend like they didn't have
Who
it.
is that?
I don't know who he was with. I just know like it would always have to do with that kid Jay. You know what I mean?
Jacob?
Yeah, it would always have to do with him
Jacob Garcia?
and Baby J. Like, so whoever else they used to hang around with, they never bring them kids like to my house or nothing like that. Cause
Was it always the same kids that they were with, or different kids?
like I said, I think it was a couple like different kids. That's why that's why he was getting mad, because he was like, bro, these. I think they even brought like a couple chicks with him a couple times. You know what I mean? That's why he was like, bro, he was like, these guys are just reckless. They don't know what they're doing. He was like, I try to tell him like, hey, let's hit this lick. See, that's what they call it licks. He was like, let's hit this lick. We'll come up, and then we'll invest our money in other shit to sell or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Sell drugs or whatever their little hustle is. And it seemed like them little kids would just go spend all their money and shit, and then, oh, Baby J, can you sell us another car? You know what I mean?
So the main guy organizing it is Jacob. He gets the guys together to go out and do them, and then Jason, Baby J, he's the one that steals the cars.
Yeah.
Or he steals the cars.
So
sometimes he goes out with them, sometimes he don't.
Yeah, like I never knew one time that he really went out with him and actually stole shit with him. I just know he would always, but at the same time, like, he's a grown ass man, you know what I mean? So I don't keep tabs on him like that. You know what I mean? I don't be on his business like that.
He doesn't come over to the house bragging about it and talking about it.
From what I know, he always used to just steal the cars for him. And then whatever them niggas did, that's what they did. He just wanted to make sure he got his little cut for stealing the car for him. Like I said, I don't think personally he went with him a lot of the times, or even at all, just because I know there's been a few times where he was mad because he was like, these motherfuckers said that they didn't get nothing. And I went through all this trouble, putting my life on the line, stealing cars for him and shit. And they're saying that they didn't get nothing. He was like, I know they did because shit, they were gone all fucking night.
Right. Why did he get his car taken away?
He never had a car.
Well, I thought they had a car.
You're talking about Jared. Jared had
Jared is his girlfriend?
Yeah, her grandma blessed him and bought her a car. And the day Baby J got hemmed up on that other case that he caught, they were in her car. So I guess they got that shit towed to the impound, and I guess the police had a hold on that shit for, I think they barely just let the hold up. And I know their grandma's trying to get that shit out right now.
Okay. Because I heard a couple different things that arrest he got was a Denver arrest. And then I talked to the detectives about that, and they said Federal Heights had a hold on it. Because he was, I guess, involved in a felony menacing. He pointed a gun at somebody. Did you ever hear anything about that?
I didn't hear about that. He was in that car?
Yeah.
When he did that? Mm-hmm. Who did he put the gun in, did they say?
I don't know, some innocent bystander, I guess. He accidentally cut him off or something. Got in a road rage and he started pointing a gun at him.
Yeah, I don't know. What's it called? Usually the only problems we have like that with people is, you know what I mean, hood problems. People that got personal issues with each other.
Like he's having now with Jacob.
Yeah. Like I said, they kind of really ain't been talking to each other. That's why when you came to my house, I was like, shit, from what I know, that shit ended a long time ago. At least a few months ago. Because, shit, Baby J caught that case probably like at least 2 months ago. So I know he ain't been trying to steal I know he ain't been selling.
What does he do for money?
Shit, he does a bunch of weird shit, really, to be honest with you. Pretty much any way to get money.
He ain't doing things the legal way.
Well, I know he does painting for his pops a few times. I don't know what he does with him and Jarek when him and Jarek are together.
Have you heard about he and Jerica picking him and the guys up after doing a marijuana burglary? Just maybe fairly recently.
I can't say I have.
How many times does she go out with them?
What do you mean go out with him?
When they're doing those, even as a
Oh
driver?
no, she never did no shit like that. From what we know, her auntie would whip her ass. I mean, I heard about him picking them up from like house parties and shit like that, and like shit when, you know what I mean? Because Baby J, like I said, he goes to a lot of house parties and he don't give a fuck who's there. He mingles with a lot of people, so sometimes he be getting in trouble and shit, and people be like trying to fuck with him and fight with him, and I mean, do other shit to him. That little kid's been shot. You know what I mean? He's been fucking stabbed a couple times. So I know of like times where she went and picked him up after like them having altercations with people and shit like that, but never from a burglary.
So today, now I gotta get this straight. Your wife's mother or grandmother?
That's her mother.
That's her mother in the red car?
Yeah.
Okay. She showed up at the house, your house, on Asbury, screaming and crying, what's going on, what's going on? And so I introduced myself to her, and I was like, hey, calm down, what are you talking about, what's going on? I said, we just did a search warrant, are you here to pick up your granddaughter? Is that her granddaughter? And she goes, my daughter just, I think she, what's Jerica, what's her relationship? Is it granddaughter? I can't get it. That's her granddaughter.
Yeah, that's
okay.
my wife's sister's daughter.
She said her granddaughter just jumped out of the car at Federal in Mississippi, screaming that the cops are getting us all. They're getting us all. And I was like, well, who are you talking about? Who are you with?
Yeah.
Who's she with? And she goes, I just left my house. Her and I were leaving my house. Her boyfriend, Jason, grabbed her, threw her out of the car, and started beating on her. And I guess she grabbed her, got her back in the car, and they were coming up. They got to Federal, Mississippi. Jerica jumps out of the car screaming, the cops, I'm not going over there, they're going to get us, they're getting us all. We're all going down. What would that be about?
Shit, probably since, alright, so remember I told you they caught a case a couple months ago. They arrested her too. Cause I guess they found some drugs in her car or some shit. So they arrested her too. And I think they were trying to scare her, so they were trying to tell her like, oh, you're gonna fucking go down with him because the drugs are in your car and this and that. And I don't know if they were trying to scare her or what, so maybe they found out that the cops were over at my house looking for Jason, because that's what I said, like, bro, I don't be doing nothing crazy, like, for police to be coming to my house all crazy like that, so they probably already knew they were looking for Jason, so she probably put two and two together and was like, oh, they're probably trying to fuck with me too then.
What other things do you know that Jason and Jacob are doing? What's something solid that you can tell me that I can actually look up so I can corroborate what you're saying about these two? What is something that you know that I can look up so I know that you're telling me the truth and just not...
I know he told me one time, this was recent, he said that they were driving or some shit, and I think they just got chased or something by the cops or something. And he said that whatever vehicle, whatever car he was in at the time, broke down or shut off or some shit like that. I think he said they were on the highway or some shit, and it broke down in the middle of the street. And
where was that at?
I think he said it was on the highway. I don't know which one. It would probably have to be maybe I-25. And he said it broke down in the middle of the highway, and that he was with him, Jacob, and someone else, and he said they had a bunch of shit in the car, and like a bunch of stolen shit. And he said they all jumped out the car and took off running, and that all of them followed him and shit. And I know he called Jerica that time to go pick him up, because he was like, I guess he told her he was stranded and blah blah blah, but when he he came to the crib, he was like, damn, nigga, he was like, I fucking, I just stalled out. He was like, and then I know he told me, like a couple days ago or something, he was all paranoid because he was like, I think someone hit that car, nigga, that was in the middle of the street. He was like, because I've been watching the little fucking news and shit, and they were saying, he was like, I think that was the same car or some shit.
What do you mean hit?
Like somebody hit that shit, like, because it stalled out in the middle of the fucking highway.
So he thinks they remotely did it?
Yeah, he thinks either they remotely did it or the shit broke down or something.
Right.
And I remember he said, he was like, bro, he's like, we had a bunch of shit in that car. He was like, I was like, damn, you guys are crazy, brother. He was like, yeah. And then the next day or two, he was like, damn, bro. He's like, I'm tripping. And I was like, why, what's up? He was like, that car that stalled out on us the other day. He was like, I think someone hit that shit. And I was like, what do you mean they hit that shit? And he was like, I think they wrecked into it. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. He was like, bro. He was like, if somebody got hurt or some shit, nigga, he was like, they might try to pin that shit on me or something. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? And he was like, bro, I'm telling you, that shit stalled out in the middle of the fucking highway, bro. He was like, so, I don't know if you ever see, but I know I've seen a couple times when people don't have their hazard lights on and fucking, you ain't seeing shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You fuck around and hit that shit. So I know he was paranoid about that shit one time, and I was like, bro, I was like, you're stupid, fool. You're just thinking too much and shit. He was like, I'm telling you, nigga, that shit was right there.
What kind of car was that?
I want to say he said it was like a Jeep or some shit. I just remember he said there was a bunch of stolen shit in there. I mean, if the car stalled out in the middle of the shit, someone has a stolen car, has a bunch of stolen shit in it. I mean, the cops are gonna come pick that shit up. So, I mean,
did he say if he ever went back and looked at it or anything?
nah, he's one of them type of kids. He's scared. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, if cops come or some shit like that, that nigga's gone. He breaks.
So it's probably like he jumped out today. Word got back and...
Yeah, shit, her mom probably told him. I mean, his mom Janet probably told him, hey, shit, they just raided June's crib.
Yeah, because we didn't tell her.
Yeah, see,
Because we got her number from your daughter.
Yeah, see, a lot of people, like, that
there was people driving by.
That's what I'm saying, that's a small area.
Right, a lot of dudes in hoodies were looking, they went by several times.
Not only that, but I'm a well-known rapper in the community, man. So it's like,
I know. I watched, I think, every video you had.
People know.
And all these dudes were in your videos.
You know, so.
What color clothing does Jacob and Jason usually wear? How about Jason? What does he normally wear? What's his color?
Shit, whatever he can find, whatever fucking pretty much is in my closet. I'm telling you, he kind of like my little brother, so he really just, I know he had it hard growing up, you know what I mean? His mom and dad, his dad, like, tried to do the best for him, but,
sure.
You know what I mean, he was more on his mom's side, and they were, you know what I mean, it was her first kid, so it's kind of like, oh, I fucked up with you, but now I got my other kids, so now I'm doing better, you know, I'm going to do better with them. And he kind of got caught up in the system young, went to ROP and all them other little, you know what I mean, juvenile detention centers and all that other shit. So he had a little harder growing up, you know what I mean? So I kind of took him under my wing and tried to show him how to get some bread. Like, my thing right now, bro, is investments. You know what I mean? Trying to invest money in business.
Well, you gotta quit investing in the cocaine. That'll cause some issues.
It's hard to get
so
out.
So that one you said you thought it was in a Jeep. When you said they had a bunch of stolen stuff, is that from a dispensary? You think they were? Did you say they were hitting dispensaries?
I mean, when they were little kids, they used to hit like little cars and shit. They used to call it car hopping. And you just go around a bunch of little cars, see if their door's open. If the door's open, they go in there, search it, blah blah blah. But that's what they did when they were kids. I mean, now that they're grown, shit, that was the only really thing that I knew they were known for stealing. You know what I mean? That was kind of like their little lick.
Right. But now they're older a little bit.
Yeah.
Now they moved on to dispensaries.
I guess they probably found.
Do they break into houses?
I thought I know. That's why I said the dispensary shit was like their new little come up, because I know they hit one. I know they hit one, and they was like, bro, that shit was easy. It was like, and they already, they be watching TV and shit. They see that, you know what I mean? A lot of banks and shit don't fuck with dispensaries. They can't put their money in there and all this other shit. So they figure shit, that's a come up. Especially if shit, the store owners are retarded and leave all their cash there, which obviously they don't. But so they pretty much get what they can. You know what I mean? Like little dumb shit, fucking little fucking them vape pens and a little bit of weed out of whatever the store probably had left over at the end of the night or some shit.
Right.
Like, it wasn't probably very much. They probably did more damage to the fucking store than they actually got out of the store.
Yeah, they've done some damage. If I showed a picture, you pretty much know all the clothing he wears in. Jason Lovato, I'm talking about. Would you be able to pick him out?
Maybe.
How about any guns? Do you know if they have any guns?
Shit, I know he had one when they hit him up. They caught him with one. Ever since that, shit, I haven't seen him with one.
What color shoes does he normally wear?
I want to say like black Air Forces.
So if I showed you a picture, you'd probably pick him out. Think you know who he is?
I might.
By his
Show
clothing?
it.
Who does that look like?
I'll probably be him or that kid Jay. They're kind of tall like that. They're both like.
Have you ever seen him wearing that jacket?
I haven't, but at the same time, like I said, like Jason's one of them kids that's like he tries to stay like ahead of the game. You know what I mean?
What kind of shoes are those?
Those are black Nikes. It looks like.
Are they the Air Force Ones?
They look like the Air Force Ones have that little silver shit on the front of them.
Have you ever seen him wearing these pants?
All the pants look the same, bro. To be honest with you.
Because there were some pants in his room that looked like that.
Yeah, that's like the new little style.
So would you think that's him? Can you?
Such a possibility. Shit, I would say.
Well,
I would say that's a strong possibility. It could be him. I mean, they the only ones that's really doing shit. You know what I mean?
but if you, but you can't say looking at that picture if that's him or not.
Not 100%.
Who's that in the background?
Shit, I kind of look more like that nigga Jay, to be honest with you.
He's too tall, skinny.
Like that kid, Baby J, he kind of one of them kids that like he try to think he could outsmart everybody. You know what I mean? So like, I know he a big believer on throwing a lot of his shit away.
So this picture, who does that look like?
That kind of look like Baby J.
So you're saying that's Jason in the red?
I said that looks like Baby
Yeah.
J.
How about this dude? Have you ever seen those sweatpants?
I haven't. Like I said, Baby J's the only one that's like would be around me enough for me to even picture who it is. You know what I mean? Who it is.
These guys, you can't make them out?
No, I don't know who them niggas is. Not off top.